Well, how are we doing this, JT, at Rubber City Motoring? I'm going to make this quick because I want to get right into the action here. Ford reached out, invited us to the North American GT500 track tour. It was in Chicago at Autobahn Country Club, and basically it was a invite-only event. I really didn't know what to expect. The crazy part was when we walked up, which I don't know if it necessarily captures on all my footage, but there was 30 plus GT500s there. Everything from the cheap ones to the crazy ones with the carbon package. I mean, it was just nuts. And this video kind of showcases everything. So I'm going to let this go here, kind of show you what we saw first, and then kind of pop back on here and tell you what happened next. So enjoy. That is it. That's carbon fiber wheels. See that?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Serious order up front.
Yeah, it is. Oh, there's the new Mach 1 too. Look at that.
Still only 526 horsepower.
This is the cool. This is the flat plane.
This is one of the original Shelby wheels, see?
Yeah. And then compared to the. That's hilarious. So as you can see, quite the display. Everything was there, from cutaways to engines to transmissions to seats to all the current Mustang models. And everybody was there too to talk to you about it. Recaro, Tremec was there. There were Shelby people there. There was Ford people there. It was just this all Mustang, like current Mustang event. And I mean, you can tell it they're putting a lot into this new GT500. It's, I mean, basically the fastest Mustang, the best Mustang ever made. And for the money, it really should be. It's absolutely insane how cool and how many parts they threw. I mean, Brembo was there. They had everybody there to talk to you about all the things that make this thing go. All right, next part. They divide us into groups, and then they basically sent us to one of three places, like a little demonstration product talk type thing. Second place was straight line performance. Third place was track driving. We kind of got shafted on the straight line performance one due to COVID, mostly because we couldn't get to the drag strip that was like 2 miles away to do, quarter-mile runs in it. But I mean, if COVID wasn't happening, that would have been super cool. So they just basically did a quick straight line thing for us. It was okay. All right, so let me get into this track driving thing. They put us into a full race helmet, Hans device, like a head sock thing, and we also had Ford masks on the whole time, which if you could hear me talking, I feel muffled the whole time. So I'm in this whole apparatus. The helmet also had, which I've never used before, the ear cup things, so we could hear the lead driver talking to us. So it was lead driver and then two people, basically journalists or normal people, not pros, behind him. What I'm going to do here is drop you into me driving the GT500 for the first time. It's insane. I'll get into it after, but just watch this because I've been talking long enough.
you can hear the instructor.
Good idea.
All right. We're all good? Good. The GoPro's good?
Yeah, it's running.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yep. Put the window down here.
Okay, so they gave us GoPros and SD cards here. We've got a full shield helmet on with a little responder here. There's a red GT500 up here. He's going to be talking to us, telling us what to do. I put the car in track mode. I have the exhaust. I don't know if you can tell this, but when I put the exhaust mode here, it's on track. There's quiet. There's like 10 GT500s running, so you can probably hear all that. Here is normal, sport, and there's track. It's going to change at various RPMs and things like that, but it's I can't even hear it myself with this helmet. It is so tight. And we've got a balaclava on right now that's wrapping my ear tight, and a face mask from Ford, like a face mask for COVID here too. So I've got like 18 things on my head, but I can hear the guy, and I wish I could hear tires squeal, because that's going to throw me out of the game here a little bit. Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt, just stick with this, please. It looks so boring when you're watching this. The first couple laps are kind of slow. They're letting us get used to it, but by the end here, we're moving pretty good. So stick with this.
Though I can't hear a thing. Slip me back in. I mean, I switch it from track to sport mode. Up in a hurry if you get behind. Alright, they're going to get us cooking a little bit more here. Cool. I love the downshifts on the paddles. This thing in a manual would be a handful. What fun. Come on! 80 miles an hour for that. fast in a Mustang. You can't hear the tires squeal. And you gotta trust those brakes. You just have to, because they definitely work. Shifting, the gears are going crazy. It is a neat car. Okay. All right, that's it. I'm done. I think. Are we getting out? Yep. Okay.
So that's it. That's the end of the, we'll say the best part of the day. I don't know, 5 laps or so we got to do in a GT500, which not many people can say. Like pretty quick laps too. I'm still kind of blown away. They just didn't ask skill level. They just gave the keys were in there and you just go, which was super awesome. I mean, nobody had any issues or anything. It's a pretty safe car for the most part, being automatic, huge brakes. But so on the track, I really didn't get to drive it enough to get used to it. I mean, I did. You could see there towards the end, you could start hearing tires, pushing a little harder. I hit the sync button at one point. You know, just you're also following somebody. I was the third car, so you're trying to keep a safe distance, but you also kind of don't know what they're doing. So just imagine being in traffic, but you know, traffic at 100 miles an hour. It's kind of nerve wracking. So after that, my dad went. He ran his lap, which he said was a little slower than mine. Then they sent us over to kind of the product info section, and then we went to, after that, the little straight line demo, which I'll throw that in here at the end. But what I want to show first is they said we're gonna film a lap or two for you guys, with the pros driving the GT500. I was like, well, that's cool, sweet. So, and you know, before that, they also said you get to ride with them too. So that's even better. So I hop in, and I was like, had my SD card, because they gave us these. They didn't want us messing with our cameras. And I went to go put it in there, and the camera's already running. I go, okay, I guess this is the lap they're filming, and you know, they're just going to film all day now and send out the footage. Well, I didn't really know this when I was sitting in the car, but the lap that I was in with the driver, that's the one they sent like every journalist. So you can hear me talking throughout this entire video. And I mean, I really didn't know it was going to go out there and be used or anything. So, I mean, I'm just talking about everything from the weight to how I like, you know, Corvettes and anything like that. But, so I'm riding shotgun in this one. He pushed it pretty hard. I mean, at one point he broke like, you know, 125, almost 130 miles an hour, on the one straightaway. And you can see kind of where I was driving in reference to where, you know, my POV video was of me driving. So it kind of connects the dots. So what I'm going to have here, and then I won't talk anymore, pro driving the car, and then I'll throw in the quick, you know, 0 to 100 thing they did, and then that'll be the end of it. But super fun event from Ford. Thank you for the invite. I'm begging them, please, to send me one for a week just to mess with. I want to see what it's like in the real world. I want to see what that GT500 is like with magnetic shocks in you know, air-conditioned seats. If you can daily it in the middle of the summer and it's not that horrible, because we know what it can do on the track. Everybody does. I mean, you read the spec sheet, you know. So maybe I'll get lucky and maybe they'll send me one, but I doubt it. They're probably not press loading those cars out very easily. So thank you for watching. Super fun day, and hopefully you enjoyed it as much as you know, I did actually being there. So, all right, thanks. What's that button?
Push to talk when we're talking to you in the car.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You been around this track before?
Yes, I have.
Yesterday was my first time around this track.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know it as good as other people.
Sure. Probably better than me though, so you're fine. How much time do you have in this car?
Fair amount.
Yeah. What do you think of it?
Thank you.
Off the record.
Oh no, it's freaking incredible.
Yeah.
Freaking incredible car.
What car do you think is better than this currently?
You know, I've never driven anything, you know, you get into exotic stuff like Porsche and stuff like that. I've never been in any of that stuff, so I'm not a good comparison with that, so. But I've been in the car a fair amount. I was in it in November when we did the launch in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And then we have them at our school, of course. I've been in them there. So, yeah, a fair amount. I mean, I just don't know the track very well here, so I'm not really comfortable, like, going at like a race speed qualifying lap.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? But the car is unbelievable. I mean, I'm so impressed with everything about it.
I couldn't tell. Well, this helmet is, I can't hear anything as far as like the car goes, which annoys me. And I couldn't. I usually kind of gauge on a track my tires. That's what.
Oh yeah, we've got the speaker cups in here, so it really muffles a lot of the noise.
Yeah. That was kind of my thing when I was in my last, you know, driving lap. I'm like,
Right.
all right, when's this thing breaking loose?
Right.
And then you coming into this thing, and I'm just like, it's weird being a car I've never driven. I'm like, all right, I really just have to trust these brakes.
Right.
Which they're fine, you know. you're like, these will do it. It's gonna stop.
Yeah, you've never done it before, not familiar with the car. It's a little weird.
Yeah, I get it. He definitely pushed me farther.
And we could go probably to the 5 or 6 marker.
Yeah.
You know, we're just again clearing the track a little bit, not be safe with everybody. So
You notice brake fade at all these?
new cars,
Right.
and I've driven quite a few of the Hellcats recently
Oh,
at
sure.
events, but this is something completely different. Yeah, I was surprised by what's your thoughts on the weight of this thing?
Well, every car today is heavy.
They are, yeah, you're right.
You know, so it's the safety stuff, and look at the size of the front rotors and all the electronics and the gearbox. I mean, you know, to get weights of cars down now, you got to get into exotic materials. And still, an exotic material car, I'll use the Corvette, was still 3,600 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I remember speaking to GM back in 1991. I had a brand new G28. I ran show over stock.
Okay.
That car with a roll bar in it was 3,360 pounds.
Sounds about right, yeah.
And with a roll bar.
Yeah.
You know? So when you look at today's cars, what makes them different? Cool down now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's just crush zones and airbag sensors, and there's just weight.
The wiring. That's the...
So, I mean, yeah, you look at the brakes you've got, the brakes are huge. Well, they gotta be.
Yeah, to stop all
It's
that.
a 4,200 pound car.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna sail this corner at 140 or something, you know? I mean, it's just the way it works.
Yeah. So how's it work at your guys' school? Do you have a certain amount of cars there, and you just keep the same ones, or do they give you a new one?
No, we have, I think we have 25 of these cars.
No kidding.
So that gives us spares, and it gives us the time to rotate through maintenance and things like that for programs. A lot of times we do, you know, back-to-back programs.
Yeah.